Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Ivan Fazli Maulana Wahyudin. Today I will explore the intercultural dynamics in Rush Hour 2, a buddy cop action comedy. Through its humor, the film raises important questions about racial stereotypes in intercultural communication. Let's dive in. So, Rush Hour 2 follows two detectives, Carter, an African American from LA, and Lee, a Chinese inspector from Hong Kong. Together, they solve crimes, but their cultural differences become the source of both comedy and tension. This film is a fascinating case study for intercultural communication because it combines humor with cross-cultural interaction. Its success across global audience highlights how media shapes perception of race and cultures. Verbal jokes are central. For example, Carter says, "I'll slap you back to the Ming Dynasty," while Lee counters with, "I'll slap you back to Africa." These lines highlight how stereotypes are framed as harmless humor. Nonverbal cues also reflect stereotypes. Lee's calm demeanor and precise martial arts movement contrast with Carter's loud, exaggerated gesture, reinforcing cultural caricatures of discipline versus chaos. In one scene, Carter impulsively confronts gangster at a bar, drawing attention to himself, while Lee quietly observes. This dynamic not only fuels humor but also perpetuates stereotypes about black freshness and Asian reserve. The portrayal of Asian women is equally stereotypical. The film features the submissive massage parlor workers and the dangerous dragon lady assassin, reinforcing limited one-dimensional representation. Carter's line, "Follow the rich white man," suggests that white characters are behind major crimes. Although this critique of power is subtle, the film still positions white characters as overseers, maintaining racial hierarchies. Carter is depicted as loud, impulsive, and hypersexual, while Lee is quiet, disciplined, and asexual. These portrayals amplify complex identities into stereotypes, offering no more room for nuance. Their friendship is built on banter rooted in stereotypes. Carter's loud humor contrasts with Lee's stoic passion. While it showcases cross-cultural bonding, it rarely transcends the surface level of these stereotypes. The film reinforces stereotypes in ways that make them feel natural. For instance, Carter repeatedly jokes about fried chicken, a common racial stereotype, further embedding these ideas in the audience's mind. Interestingly, stereotypes also drive the plot. Carter's impulsiveness gets them into trouble, while Lee disciplines get them out. These interplays reinforce their roles as predictable, stereotypes-driven characters. By framing stereotypes as comedy, the film invites audience to laugh rather than reflect. For example, Carter's comment, "We all look alike," normalize offensive stereotypes as harmless jokes. In one climatic scene, Carter and Lee fight villains, embodying their stereotypical traits. Lee as the precise fighter and Carter as the chaotic distraction. This moment reinforces predictable racial archetypes. While the film entertains, it missed opportunities to challenge stereotypes. For instance, showing Lee's personal life or Carter's intellect could have added depth and disrupted the stereotype. Humor doesn't have to rely on stereotypes. Reimagining the character with balanced traits, for example, Carter as strategic and Lee as humorous, could enhance intercultural representation. Filmmaker must strike a balance between humor and responsibility, avoiding overuse racial cliches and including diverse perspectives during production can ensure better cultural representation. As viewers, we should question the media we consume. Recognizing stereotypes in film like Rush Hour 2 help us better understand how they shape our perception of race and culture. To conclude, Rush Hour 2 is a fun but flawed exploration of intercultural communication. It reinforces stereotype under the guise of humor, reminding us of the importance of critically analyzing media. So everyone, let's challenge ourselves to seek media that promotes authentic intercultural representation. By doing so, we can move beyond stereotypes and celebrate the richness of diverse cultures. Thank you.